Hello and welcome to another Dominion League match in Season 74. B1 playing against Kojii. And we have... Secluded Shrine is the only trashing. Fountain. Draw is Litter, Smithy, Mapmaker. There's also Galley. Okay, so we can get some deck control here. And then Banquet can potentially get you back to Fountain later in the game, although there's no plus buy unless I'm missing something. Yeah, so gains are going to be the limitation here. Grave Robber can gain you stuff. Leprechaun. Silvermine, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, Silvermine for supplies isn't bad. I think we want to open... We do kind of want Secluded Shrine, but we want a quarry? We do have Necropolis, I guess, so opening Double Terminal is a little bit better than normal. Be like Mapmaker Shrine, maybe? Quarry... It would be nice to get like cheaper litters, but I don't know that it's worth it. Given the limited gains, and maybe we play with Silvermine and pick one up anyway. Yeah, probably not, but it's probably either now or never. Corey doesn't play particularly well with this, like setting up for the Secluded Shrine. This is not helping us buy. I mean, I think I'm gonna go Mapmaker. Okay, so I think this is a fine trash. We take supplies and we trash Copper, Overgrown Estate. I guess there is a chance that we draw the Mapmaker dead off of that. Oh well. I mean, we could also get like a Galley, and then next turn. Yeah, let's do that actually. Ah, dang it. We bottom decked the Mapmaker and the Necropolis. But yeah, I wanted to maybe hit 5, pick up a Silvermine to and use that to trash, but not doing that, obviously. So supplies it is, I guess. Either that, or we take another Mapmaker for now and don't trash yet, because we want a target for the Galley. I think it actually makes some sense, knowing that we have Necro Mapmaker here. Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, we do need... Well, we could just get a supplies. And trash over an estate hovel. That's honestly probably better. Second silver mine. Wow. Okay. Well, we're not. Got map maker here. We clear the necropolis off the top of our deck. I don't know that we actually want to do that. Maybe we do. Okay. Litter time. Now we have... I want to think about Leprechaun activation. Galley, 2 map makers. Shrine. Map maker, shrine, litter. We're getting close to being able to do it. Kojii just seems to be playing money. Yeah. Okay. Well, guess we're gallying the necropolis. Awkward. I think it's better to take all of these than to not. End up with more total money this way. So now we have Galley, Necro, Mapmaker, Litter. It's exactly 7. So Galley, Necro, Mapmaker, Litter, Mapmaker, Shrine. So yeah, we could take a Leprechaun now. Potentially wish for Silvermine. We want to trash more. But we do have to keep in mind about Banquet. I mean, about Fountain. Although double Banquet gets us to Fountain points. Anyway, I guess Silvermine could also do it. Three, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And yeah, I will go ahead and trash, I think. I mean, yeah, we'll just plan to... Okay. Probably want another litter. We're gonna want to play with Grave Robber, I imagine, but we need to make sure that we draw. Can wish for the payload stuff. Are we seriously gonna end up gallying the Necro again? Oh my gosh. No. Seems like we need another litter. It's annoying. Three, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But what do we have down there? Oh, the shrine. So we play Mapmaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we still can't. Nah. Guess I'm gonna trash 2 again. Wait, what? Oh. I'm an idiot. How did I... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... God, whatever. Oops! Okay, so we've trashed 4 coppers, and we gained 1 back. So we have 4 coppers. Let's see. We just... shit, we didn't get it. Just take another letter? Or do we take the grave robber now? I think I'm going to take the grave robber. We do have the gallied mapmaker. Man, it was a really big mistake to misplay that and not get the wish there. I hope that doesn't lose me the game, but it might well. We kind of want to see this leprechaun. I'm going to take it. Four... 5... 6. Let's not screw this up this time. Okay. Gold in the supplies. Grave robber litter. All of our litters in play. What is that last card? It's another gold. Okay. I want to gain a galley and play it, but I don't have anything I can galley. That's annoying. Well... I mean, unless I want to Callie the grave robber. I mean, I guess that's not completely unreasonable. Gain another galley, I think. Okay, do we need to start provincing? We might. Probably. I mean, either that or we banquet. Banquet for another litter, maybe. Here we can gain coppers through silver mine, but that's going to be slow. I also don't want to trigger my opponent's map makers. Yeah, I think I'm going to banquet. All right, so trash the horse into something. Funny thing is I kind of don't want these golds in my deck. I just want the wishes. We should get the secluded shrine back and, like, trash some of the golds. Could grave rob them back out, but... Alright, well, they got their fountain points. I think for now, trash the horse into another litter. Probably want the necro, just in case. Yeah. For exactly that situation. Okay. Now I have 6 coppers. We banquet the litter again. Just galley all the letters, I guess so. I do want to see this wish. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably fine. Five, 6, 7. Okay. Gain a horse onto our deck. With Grave Robber. We're going to need to Grave Rob some stuff into provinces, right? We're also going to need to gain some duchies. We can get to the fountain points this turn, at least. Hmm. Let's play the map maker first. Okay. I think I want to trash the Necro. To another map maker. We cannot gain a duchy with the banquet, so I guess we gain another litter. All these freaking golds on the deck. Okay, so we need three provinces, and we need a whole bunch of duchies. I wonder how much better this would have gone if I hadn't missed that one wish. I did. She did play a map maker, played 3 supplies, so it's unlikely to react with map maker. Good to know. We probably go for the province first. Litter to province. We're not going to be able to activate the leprechaun this turn. That's annoying. Okay. Now... We probably trashed a leprechaun into a duchy. No reason to trigger the shuffle here. Our deck is going to be real bad next turn, but... We probably do buy a province. Like, Koji's probably going to hit province, but we kind of need both provinces anyway. Yeah, okay. I think if I hadn't screwed up that one turn, I might have had a chance, but it might have just been a little bit too much to do. I don't know. Kojii was first player as well, which definitely makes a difference. I think also I could have had a little bit better early draws to get to where I wanted to go faster. All right. Junk dealer, trashing, also crucible, old map, looks natural open. Invest looks potentially pretty relevant. Old map crucible seems pretty reasonable, and then try to hit junk dealer. Pick another old map. All right, we should be hitting 5 here. We are hitting 5 here. It's guaranteed. We could just play border guard if we wanted to. I don't care about rotating. Doesn't really matter, I guess. This is another board with no plus buy, but it does have specialist and sculptor for gains. And it also has encampment VP. And colonies. So here, old map as border guard might actually be better. Well, do we want to voyage? What would we do on a voyage turn? Play specialist, gain something, I guess ideally. Or are we fine hitting 4, I guess, if we draw into a state on the second of the old map draws? Because... no, I guess there is no reason to play it that way. Okay. Maybe... what do we want first? Sculptor can gain encampments. Also more crucibles, if that's relevant. It can also gain heralds. They did invest in herald, but I think sculptor looks reasonable. Do we want to trash a state with the old map? I mean, with the junk dealer. Ideally not. I guess we'll play border guard again. Do kind of want a specialist. Yeah, let's trash that. The specialist. Yeah, I'm struggling to think of a reason that I would want to play old map over border guard if I don't want to rotate. Get more information. I guess if I want to discard a card that I already have, which I definitely do in this case, so I should play it normally. Say don't rotate. I don't particularly care about sunken treasure right now, or do I? I think what I kind of want is a gold, so I can keep encampments around. Get that. We could gain a silver and then crucible it. Sure. That's not very nice. Oh, I meant to do that differently, but whatever. Okay. Buying encampment, investing in encampment. They're gonna draw a bunch of cards, but like we want the encampments. That seems clear. Actually, I mean, I guess what we want more than encampments is plunders. Maybe it doesn't really matter that much. Hmm. Uh. We do take a sunken treasure. We could also take a voyage here. And yeah, we could counter invest in encampment and then take our voyage turn. Sure, why not? Crucible the gold. Is this okay? Well, the Crucible gold copper, and we can buy a 4. We could also invest in Herald. That seems fine, I guess. Or we could invest in something else, like Specialist or Junk Dealer. I think Specialist. They haven't taken a voyage. They haven't shown much interest in it either. Are they going to buy encampment? Nope. Okay. I wouldn't mind getting a sunken treasure. I kind of wanted to find another copper so I could like double play the junk dealer, but maybe we want to specialist the sculptor anyway. That could be better. Just gain 2 silvers and we could buy a sunken treasure. Could also gain Crucible silver, trash the silver. Which has the advantage that I don't know if we actually want silver in our deck. Okay. We try to find the sunken treasure. I guess that's worth doing. Well. Do we want... Okay, first of all, Rabble or Witch's Hut? I don't think I want another specialist yet. Curses seem like they could be mildly annoying. Rabble draws more, though. I'll take a Rabble. And then, do we want to buy an encampment? Buy an encampment, they potentially uncover plunder. By sculpting for encampment, so probably not. Could Crucible the Crucible to hit 4 and invest in something? Sure. Invest in Rabble, I guess. Encampment set aside. Okay. That's going to make it less likely that we ever get to the plunders. We want to double play the junk dealer. Probably. Coppers are pretty bad. Wouldn't mind getting a distant shore. Or 2. Okay. We already have the money we need to buy distant shore if we don't play the Crucible, but I suppose it'd be good to replace the copper with a silver if nothing else. Okay. And specialist the distant shore to gain 1. That seems good. And then gain Royal Carriage? That way we can multiplayer specialist if we want to or something. Could also get a Witch's Hut and try to start junking. I just feel like the trashing here is not very difficult, but they haven't gotten much of it, so yeah, I'll take the Witch's Hut, I guess. Okay. I do think my deck was way better, but it was going to take a long time to finish that game, just because of the nature of the board, so I'm glad that they were assigned. This is going to be... yeah. Alright, we've got some trashing for sure. We could star chart it. Star Chart Sentinel. Da, 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 da. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Remake does not look particularly good because the estates don't turn anything into anything useful, so I don't feel too bad about passing that up. Although, you know, there is the risk of just not being able to trash like the final cards of Sentinel. But there's some stuff that can potentially help with that. So I'm not too concerned about it. We could also get an Ironworks. At the very least, I can stuff Border Guards into the deck. But it could also pick up like an early silver, and it can help hit 5. Just really good to see Sentinel on turn 3. I think Border Guard, really. I think I want a Star Chart. Well, that's not ideal. That's really not ideal. Cheapers. There's definitely a case to be made for top decking the Border Guard here, but I'm gonna top deck the Sentinel. Okay, do get to trash 2 estates. And we'll take a silver. It could be correct to top deck silver here. I think I'm still gonna go with the Sentinel. If we can find our silver with the Border Guard, we hit 5. And then we'll have a choice to make where we want to start. Haggler actually looks pretty good if we can hit 6 for nobles and a 5. This is assuming we find our silver, which we're only 50-50 to do, admittedly. Nah. Now we have 6 coins in the deck, and we have our silver on top. Well, we probably want one more silver so that we can trash. I think now I am going to top deck the silver. And yeah, I think Haggler first. Start gaining nobles. Ah, they beat me to the punch. That's annoying. If I'd gotten that 50-50... Hunting Lodge. I am wondering about Specialist. I also had the option to mirror, but it's a bigger gamble for sure, but I'm gonna do it. Top deck the Specialist. Okay. So in Specialist the Haggler, and as long as we have one more coin, we get to gain 2 5s. This is kind of what I was looking for. It is a little unfortunate that we saw the Sentinel. Because if we could... Like, we had 8 coins last turn. If we had, like, double play Haggler for 4, and then we have, like, 2 silvers... I guess there was no way we were getting to 9. Well, whatever. Okay. Now... One more specialist, probably. And... Could get Governor to start trashing these silvers into 5s. Yeah, sure. Okay, we have a Nobles on top. We definitely want to pair that with a Specialist. Nobles draw into Hunting Lodge. Oh, Nobles actions into Hunting Lodge discard. We're very lucky. Our Border Guard finds their Specialist. I think we both have 2 coppers and 2 silvers. Yeah, Mirror Nobles. That's what we want to do as well, if we can. Obviously. Although we can also gain a Nobles off of Specialist, potentially. Okay, well, seeing another Nobles is not bad either. So... think about this for a second. So we can play Nobles for actions, Specialist, double play, Nobles for draw. Yeah, I think that all works. Or rather, I mean, no, it doesn't really. No, wait, we should Specialist. I guess, is there any world in which it matters? Probably there isn't. Well, So we do... Do cards gain Nobles? We'd only get to single play the Haggler. Yeah, we probably want to go for Mirror Nobles instead. If we Governor trash, we can get another Specialist, though. Yeah, I think that's the play. Well, hold on. So 2 coppers, 2 silvers. That's 6. And then this Haggler's gets us to 10. If we trash a silver, we're only hitting 8 again. We could trash the Sentinel. Maybe that's the play. I should have considered playing specialist on governor. I trash two special, or if I also trash the special, or the, well, yeah, I don't know. Oh, right, we have Star Chart. I forgot about that part. All right. Do we just want it to go with two more specialists? Or do we want one more governor? I think two more specialists. We have... We probably want to make sure we see a nobles on top. It's a little hard to say. Okay. Now... we don't need to hit 10 anymore. Or 9 anymore. 8 is good enough for Mir. So we can afford to trash the silver. There's also the possibility of a pileout. There's like the governor for gold. We have 13. Like Mir and then buy 2 5s. Well, we can't. The problem is the haggler isn't going to gain 5s with 5s, and that's what really would enable a pileout. I mean, the other thing that would enable a pileout is specialist nonsense. But I don't know, even with 5 specialists, if we can pull that off. We might just be buying a province or something and then haggling stuff off of that. They still have that sentinel, and even with the hunting lodge, haven't managed to like get the coppers out of the deck. Will they lower piles? I don't think it's completely out of the question that I could gain 8 governors if they were to go like specialist governor. It would be tough. Like if we, gain enough governors with specialist, governor silver into governor. I mean, we'd still need a province, right? But well, province and an estate even. Not playing with governor at all seems pretty wild, if that's what they're angling for. Two tragic heroes, okay. That seems worse without governor in the deck, but... Cards... Cards... Play specialist again... Like... Nobles for cards... Actions... Play specialist again... Play specialist... Problem is, we don't have both of our silvers. Maybe we gain a gold with one of the governor plays. Or we would just gain a governor. That's probably, Alright, so... We want to gain... How many governors do we want to gain? Only one. Interesting. Play specialist again. Play... Actually, let's gain the copy now. Oh, we have another nobles down here. How about that? Okay. So we can do specialist, governor, trashing silver to governor, gaining governor. And then the other specialist play can double play the haggler. We draw... Maybe we need to gain a gold with the governor. That last card... is another governor, right? Yeah, the last card is governor. So... We gain gold and trash silver to governor. Then we draw governor, governor, gold. Or do we just... Oh, fuck, I don't know. This is too complicated. And we know we want to be able to buy a province. And probably governor a gold into a province. I think the easiest way to do that is going to be to gain another gold. And we have 2 golds. 1 gold is enough to... Yeah. So we'll play the Haggler, and I'm now realizing that didn't actually need the 2nd gold. Oh well. All right. Province. Hunting Lodge, maybe. Hunting Lodge Tragic Hero. That's like the most pile safe thing to do. What the hell do we put on top? Nobles? Border Guard? Hunting Lodge? A Hunting Lodge. Okay. Oh, this board is too complicated. It's breaking my brain. I really feel like I ought to be able to win this turn, unless Kojii has some crazy win. But like, with 6 specialists, 3 governors, like surely I can take a bunch of provinces. I like them burning a specialist just to play Hunting Lodge twice. That's good news. I only have the 3 specialists left now. There's a bunch of gold. Which does mean that they can mirror a lot. That's the scary part. But they do also have to get, like, province estate. I guess the Ironworks can gain an estate. If they don't have the win here, they just pop their Tragic Hero. And, like, they still don't have any governors. Seems kind of awkward. I should have probably, honestly, tried to set up to get a 3rd province last turn. I don't know if I could have without plus buy. I guess I could have gotten plus buy with governor into... What? Oh, fuck. I didn't see that at all. God damn it. Ah! Fuck. I think I had the better deck and played that game better for the most part, but I just got into an awkward spot there at the end. Yeah, I definitely think like I like my deck better. If only I'd hit that that silver on that one early turn, and I'd been ahead on tempo wise, then maybe I just win. But okay, monastery, develop, trashing. The draw is like university scholar or harbor village otter or poet. There's also some draw from joust, or rewards. So that there is some draw. Develop. It doesn't look amazing because the 3 costs are develop and silver. Though they can be ottered, but then you have these develops and you don't really want to develop the develops because you have to develop in a monastery or a state. I do think you want to play with university, which kind of suggests opening potion. Maybe we just develop into silvers? I don't really want silvers, though. I mean, I guess if you develop in a monastery, like monastery trashing, like with the develop gains, you can trash a lot of stuff, potentially. So maybe we do open develop potion. Yeah, why not? We can always otter the develop if that looks good. The one thing about university is it's going to be on the slow side to hit province, but it can pick up jousts and it can pick up scholars. So I think it's. I mean, I definitely want to play with it. It's just a question of like, do you want to go for it super early or not? Like, starting with a poet and then getting the university a little later could be correct. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Could be wrong. Okay, so here we can either trash copper or we can cycle. We have nothing but junk down there. I think I'm gonna cycle. I value that more. Now I'll take a poet. We are gonna have to deal with sickness. Okay. I think it's really unfortunate that the poet didn't draw here, but if we draw, there is like a 1 in 7 chance that we draw a university dead. It's not that likely. I think I'll risk it. Okay. Alright, I am probably ready for a monastery. Do we get a scholar or do we get a joust? Scholar might be better, to be honest. Oh, hello. Alright, now I'll take a joust. I think. I guess it's not entirely clear. Oh, looting. Not really looking at that. I mean, honestly, it could be scholar number 2. And then joust. Yeah. Alright. Silver on top? Or trash a copper? Cycle more. We're also more likely to draw our university dead. I think I'm going to say silver on top. Well, we have 2 scholars. I think we want another university. I'm going to go ahead and trash the estates. Okay, university on top. It's a little unfortunate. We could... we could forego triggering the shuffle and just pick up maybe a harbor village. We've got the 2 scholars and the develop. It would be good to have more plus actions. I mean, the university's missing the shuffle anyway, but at least if it misses the shuffle by being on top, we might draw into, you know, yeah, I think we do that. We could just honor the poet. That might be the play. I think I do want to get a joust now. Yeah, I think... The advantage of honoring the poet is we guarantee draw 2. I think... I'm going to play it normally. I think it's in our interest. Okay, now do we honor the university? No, we get to trash more. I think it's actually in our interest to trigger sickness because our opponent has not invested in University Scholar, and that's a good counter to sickness. We are going to need a little bit of money to hit province. We could just take a silver here. I don't super want another develop. I think silver is fine. Whoa. Oh, I guess you got... Yeah, of course you want the province. That makes sense. All right, we have University Scholar in those 5 cards. I'm just gonna buy another university. University, get another joust. As well play the Harbor Village. And the joust. And the joust. Alright, let's activate sickness. And... We don't want to trigger the shuffle. I guess we're just not playing the develop. We should probably take one more scholar. Well, okay. So unfortunately, we don't have university. On top. And if we discard 3, we can't keep Joust Province Scholar, so I guess we're gaining a curse. We kind of need Coronet. Or Domain? Add Domain. Well, I don't really want the golds, admittedly. Yeah. I don't know. Alright, let's take another Joust. Another Joust. Another Joust. And should we be trying to junk them with Marauder or something? We could also gain another Develop. What would we do with the Develop? I don't know. I want to be overconfident in my deck control. The Disappearing Payload is pretty nice. Ends up in our discard pile. Discard here. I think we do it this way. Alright, Double Province is not quite there. Probably... Do we want another university? Maybe. It certainly lets us push piles. I guess it could also just be like Province Duchy. Province Duchy University. Sure, I don't know. I can trash 11 cards. Ah! I guess the odds of having a Scholar on top are not that high. Oh, cool. House Carl. Oh, okay. (5/2) with Vampire and Count. And Overlord. Hard to see how that's bad. Vampire Overlord looks pretty reasonable. We do have the problem that this board doesn't have any plus actions. So... Probably playing with, like, a pair of barges, some pirates, maybe some cobblers. Worth ferrying anything? Probably not. We can't play barges or Overlord as barge anymore, which is annoying. I think it's still worth getting the Overlord just to be able to play it as count. Well, I top deck the Vampire and Trash. Seems pretty reasonable. Could also play Wishing Well. But... Well, you know what else we could do? We could just frog it. And then trash next turn. I think I'm going to start with a Cobbler. Wait, what? Oh, fucking... Damn it! I needed to frog the Overlord itself. Well, that's probably game losing. Oh my god. I don't think it's worth buying another one either. That's terrible. My opponent is completely thin and I haven't trashed a card yet because I fucked that up. Maybe I should have asked for an undo. I don't know. Yeah, it makes sense that that's how it works. I just wasn't thinking about it. Now we have to... Wait, why can't I... Do this correctly this time. Alright, we're obviously going to be gaining Wishing Wells with this Cobbler. Still have an estate. Oh, damn it, now we... Wanted to trash with the Overlord this turn, but then we can't play the Vampire. Okay, we'll just trash with the Vampire. 50-50. Kind of wanted to leave the estate on top anyway. So you get another vampire. And vampire for cobbler, and then... Or maybe a pirate. We are going to want to get barge as well, but... Alright, well now... Didn't see the bat. We probably top deck the cobbler in trash. Probably. Would like to play the cobbler though. Should we actually commit to the... We're just gonna trash with bat line? Got this overlord to just play it as wishing well. No. Man, I've made some seriously awful like mechanical mistakes in this match. Between that and third game. I don't know. I feel like I could have easily won all these games. And now this one is kind of on like a similar track where I'm like I had the better opening and I just fumbled. Oh, maybe we can... I mean, the thing is the board is low power enough that you might be able to get there anyway. Okay, so it is a bunch of copper down there. We're not buying anything. Okay. We want to gain another cobbler. We didn't get to the pirate. So we don't need another pirate yet, I guess. So sure, let's gain another cobbler. Oh, okay. Alright, we've got Overlord down there. And some copper. And a wishing well. Well, what we actually want is the copper. So we can buy 5 and trash with bat. Nope. Okay, fine. buy a wishing well. And gain a barge? We kind of need another pirate too. Maybe we just get the pirate. Ooh, didn't see either of the pirates. That's unfortunate. Hey. Well, I guess if I find my bat, it doesn't really matter. All right, pirate. Well, we have another wishing well. Want the cobbler? It's like pirate, bat, cobbler, wishing well. Two wishing wells? It should be, right? Okay. We could like count, top deck the pirate, and take money. And then we've got like the pirate on top, we can react with it anyway. Sure. And we buy a gold. It's probably time to take a barge. I mean, we're going to have to take duchies soon as well. Do we want to keep a copper around for the bat to trash? I guess so. All right, what do we have down there? Cobbler, Overlord. Well, probably more wishing wells, right? That's the number one thing. Although now there's wishing well, Overlord, Cobbler, Copper, another gold. Great. Whatever. Yay. Overlord and gold. I don't care about finding the Overlord. Well, no, I guess I do. Ah. Okay. That's fine, though. Next turn, this. Buy a province. We get another barge. We hope and are not successful in that hope. What? What I was gonna say is we hope that we Well, I guess we weren't going to get to react with the pirates anyway. I guess gold is about as common as wishing well down here, isn't it? Ay. Come on! All right. Crap. Next turn, this gain 5 gold, copper. No, duchy copper. Sorry. That didn't do anything. I think my deck does have the potential to double province. Wait, these wishing wells never find each other! We really need to find the barge now. We have so many wishing wells in this deck. Though. It's gotta happen at some point, right? Alright, the last 3 cards should be another wishing well, Overlord, and a province. We'd like to draw the province off the top. Hey. Okay, so Kojii has 1 coffer, no barge in play. I only have 2 buys. Do we risk it? Trigger to shuffle with the barge. Played only 1 gold. Needs to see 3 golds. May or may not have a barge in hand. I think I don't need to risk it. I think we do trash the other bat. Kojii should not be able to find the... Okay, if we have a good turn here... Only have 6 coins. Is it better? Like, it could be better to get a silver, right? We have a lot of gold in the deck. 6 golds to find, and 6 wishing wells to find. To hit double province, we need 10 coins, which is... I think I'm gonna... The silver is as good as a gold for that. So I probably should take the silver. Alright, now gold is slightly more likely. Should probably wish for wishing well anyway. No, come on. Wait, hold on. 8. No, there's... yeah. Damn it! Fuck! Well, that was a good hit. Alright, maybe we're actually alright. Yeah, we are. Oh my god. Okay. Managed to overcome a hideous blunder. Oh, and I cannot keep my scoreboard straight. Okay. Where's the trashing? Spice merchant, but no estate trashing. We have a 5-2, which isn't particularly good. I guess it's okay. Like, insofar as Lighthouse and Moat are like, fine, whatever, I guess. Spice Merchant and Fortune are the only plus buy, too? Ooh. It's Camel Train worded. Non-victory, so you can't use that to gain nobles. Camel Train could still be good, though. Can be played as sheep. And it's a source of gains when we want that. Yeah, I think I like a Camel Train. Would we rather hit 4 or exile something? What all activates Harbor Village? Gladiator, potentially Spice Merchant, potentially Lighthouse. I think Way of the Sheep doesn't. I'm not entirely sure about that, actually. Next action. I actually don't know. I think it doesn't, though. I think I'll exile a Baker and take a Moat. Okay, thankfully we did not bottom deck our Spice Merchant. Harbor Village is actually maybe marginally worse right now than Walled Village. One Walled Village in the deck early, I think, is good. And then after that, it's Harbor Village. Alright, I'm gonna exile another Baker again and buy, I guess, Harbor Village. Ooh. We did bottom deck the Spice Merchant this time. Great. And playing this Moat is terrible. So this is why I got the Walled Village, but I didn't see the Walled Village, so it didn't matter. Would you rather have camel train or another moat? There are a lot of villages on this board, so it's probably moat. Yeah, obviously now the walled village isn't doing anything, but it's not like the harbor village would do anything better anyway. God damn it. All right, we got 2 bakers in exile. Let's get them out of there. Maybe that can help us hit nobles. Triggering the shuffle with this harbor village. See, if this was the walled village, triggering the shuffle would be better, because even if it didn't do anything, we could top deck it. But it isn't. So I guess we're just going to take another harbor village. Although making 2 estates miss the shuffle is pretty good in its own right, admittedly. The problem is we don't have enough plus actions. We kind of need another harbor village. Yeah. Oh, you do get it. Okay. Well, that makes Harbor Village look better. But we can afford a nobles if we spend our coffer. It's probably worth it. I guess we're moving towards fortune. Just don't trigger and get a nobles, probably. Well, this isn't looking good for me. Okay, it's looking better. Baker nobles. Could have maybe gotten to double nobles with Spice Merchant. Is it worth trying for that here? It's probably worth trying for that. Yeah. Problem is we're not activating the harbor village, but we maybe don't need to. Only have 6 coins right now, but we go actions with the nobles and sheep merchant 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we get there. Okay. Ooh. We do need more villages. We can play more of these nobles for draw. Maybe I should have exiled a village rather than the baker. Gets the gold out, really? You're gonna take another gold? Oh. Yeah, they're gonna get access to fortune first. I'm not sure how much that matters. Well, I could camel train for it, actually, if I find it, which this hand sure doesn't look like I will, but, you know, there's a possibility. Yeah, okay. I guess we're taking a harbor village. That's a disappointing turn for sure, after just getting all the nobles. We really could have been in a good spot if we'd been able to exile Gladiator and then grab Fortune. But unfortunately, that's what they're going to do. Tiles are pretty low. I don't have enough gains for that to matter yet, and neither does Kojii, but... What is that last card? It's a Nobles. Okay. Do we just want more money? Right now we only have 8 coins. That gives us 10. Which is to say it's not enough for village fortune, which is a bit of a problem, because we need more villages. So... yeah, I think that's what we gotta do. Oh, fuck! There's only 3 fortunes left. I guess that's... I didn't even... Wait, maybe that's fine. Maybe that's good for us? I didn't even process that. Like... oh my god. I mean, we gotta get the fortune. We do have a points lead. Like... oh, wow, that's a bad turn. I mean, there's no way buying 2 fortunes, though. Can we afford to do this? I think so. Okay. Would be good. Let's see. 8, 9, 10, 11, 22, minus 8. Is 14. We could get our Baker out of exile, or we could get the gold out of exile. So Koji's gains 1 fortune, or buy fortune, spice merchant, camel train. So lowering Baker's is not actually risky. So probably we take the Baker. Yeah. Koji may be able to double or triple here, but I may be able to do the same, so... Just looking at patient fortune. This would be so bad. Yeah, I mean, I guess if Koji somehow had enough money to be able to buy province double fortune, that would require 32 money. And play the camel train to exile a fortune. That seems unlikely. That was a mode. Interesting. No. I would like to get value from this harbor village, but don't. I mean, what's down there? Another nobles. Another baker. Another harbor village. And something. Another walled village. Yeah, we just would really like to be able to see those earlier in the shuffle. Anyway, so the problem we have now is the province situation. We do kind of need to take a points lead. About 2 provinces. I have 3. Oh, Kojii has 7 harbor villages. Yeah. That's a lot of villages. I'm just thinking about the dud odds. I think like my best chance to win here is probably to take at least 1 province and have Kojii dud. Like I could take like province double duchy or something. It's just deck is gonna be pretty bad. I think I need to take a points lead. Wait. I'm gonna do province double duchy. And I need 18. I can store some coffers. Yeah, I mean, if Kojii full draws and gets like full value, well, didn't get value out of that harbor village. I don't know how much that matters. I don't know how many he got value from. Probably not all of them, but yeah. If he also doesn't have any coppers left to trash out the spice merchant, I guess that doesn't matter because he can just play it as sheep. But it does matter because, ooh, okay. Wait. Oh, deciding to spend coffers. Okay, okay. Yeah, so I couldn't have safely taken another province, but now the Kojii has to be worried about me tripling, and I do have some coffers saved up, so hopefully that will make some difference here. Do we dare? I think we do not. Well, okay. We have another village down there. We have... I mean, do we have enough money to win now, is I guess the question. We can get to 10... No, is the short answer. So we need to draw on. Okay, now... Surely... Oh, wait! I don't have the buys. Mistakes were made. They were definitely made. Okay, hold on. Let me think about this. What happens if we trash the fortune? Surely nothing good. Oh, fuck. I did not... I didn't even think about the fact that I would run out of buys. Fuck. Okay, well... App. Kojii has the 3 golds. Let's see the Spice Merchant. It's pretty unlikely to dud the same way this time. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Maybe I just don't lower anything except maybe like villages. I don't know. I'm just... like get a gold in a village. Maybe 2 golds in a village. Oh man, I really blew this again. I just keep... I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I'm not sure... like, should I have not taken the duchy? Taken a gold? Probably. Probably. 2 villages and a gold might be better than 2 golds in a village. Well, it's going to be 2 golds anyway, but... okay. We need 10 coins. Oh, this turn isn't looking good anyway. Yeah, I mean, I knew Kojii had a lot of villages coming up. Question is... you should have another nobles in there. Because he didn't see it last turn. He has 3. Oh. Yeah, if he somehow doesn't find... I mean, I don't know. Even if he double provinces, though, do we just lose? That might be the case. He doesn't find the fortune, right? Played the fortune last turn. Doesn't find it this turn. Maybe there's a chance. Maybe. You've got to have another nobles in hand, though, right? Like, unless... oh, wait. Was that nobles played... no. Alright, well, surely now... yeah, I really should have thought more about the Spice Merchant and the buys situation. I just totally blanked on that. Like, I thought about it with respect to Kojii, but not with respect to myself. Ugh. It was a good move to get the golds into the deck just for that reason. I guess to be fair, yeah, like I said, I don't know when I would have done it. I probably should have bought Province Duchy Gold the previous turn, and then I hit triple Province. Although, I mean, this last turn, I don't know if it would have changed what Kojii did or would have done, but I mean, well, he had a dud, so probably not really. How can I I don't understand how this can be like. I mean, yeah, like you were surely drawing your deck here. 1, 2, 3. You haven't even played all your harbor villages. I guess you might have not very much money, but you have like 3 golds, don't you? 2 golds? I guess you only have 2 golds. Somehow. I could have sworn Kojii gained another gold at some point. Also, you should probably have a win on Bakers. Exile a Baker. Spice Merchant trashes a gold for coins buy, and then you buy 3 Bakers with that in the fortune. He's not looking at that. I mean, what? Okay, yeah, he surely had a win there. So 6 puts me at 37. And then how many duchies do I need? 3 duchies. And I cannot get to 3 duchies. So I need him to dud really hard. But I'm going to be the one who duds. I am going to be the one who duds. Well, yeah, and I also need all the duchies, which means that yeah, this is hopeless. Yeah, I think that this is a weird thing to say. I think that I was outplaying my opponent like 70 to 80% of the time. And I made some critical blunders. Fortunately, I did actually win one of the games where I made one of those critical blunders, but I made numerous critical blunders here. It's weird. Like I lost my other 2 matches horribly, but I did not make the same kinds of mistakes in those in general. I think that I did here. Like there were some things that I did that were questionable in the end game, in some end games against Xerix, but they weren't like clear mistakes. They were just like, you know, it was debatable. I just made several clear mistakes in this match where I think if I hadn't done that, like I probably could have won like 5 of the games or something. The one with like the one where I didn't feel like I necessarily made a mistake and then like lost was the one with it's like Governor and Tragic Hero and Specialist, and like it was just like I got put into an awkward pile situation, and I think like I was second player and I got a bit of a rough draw early with the like being able to get to the haggler and all that, and I think like at the very least if that hadn't happened and I had been like, you know, basically half a turn ahead instead of half a turn behind, then I probably would have just won. But I do also wonder whether there was something that I could have done to win in that game regardless, like to position myself better for the end game. It was like I don't know. I guess it's also possible that I would have had a win on the border guard stuff and then I just missed it. I wasn't looking at that. Yeah, I don't know. Although I guess, yeah, I can't remember exactly why border guard was more effective because like most of those border guards I think were gained with Haggler. Could be wrong about that, but like maybe some of them were gained with Mirror. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the piles were lower in Koji's turn than my turn, and Koji gained a bunch of extra payload with the Tragic Heroes. But I still think you should play with Governor on that board, and I'm not sure if I did it wrong or like what I should have done differently, but it seems likely because I don't really think skipping Governor makes sense. Yeah, and then this one, like, I don't know. The early Walled Village definitely did not help in the way that I was hoping, and so I had like a little bit less payload as a consequence of having Walled Villages rather than Harbor Villages, but not much less, and I have the Bakers. I think... yeah, I mean, obviously, putting myself in a position where I lost my third buy was a big problem. But I'm not sure I would have won anyway had Koji not dudded on his second to last turn. That's the... So yeah, I'm not really sure whether there was something else I should have done differently or whether that was just down to shuffles or what exactly. Given that he did dud, you know, if I take Province Duchy Gold, I probably just win. I would have had to spend more coffers to get there, but I don't know. It's not like totally clear that I would have been able to hit 24 or whatever, but I probably would have. Yeah, well, in any case, thanks for watching. I don't have any more matches scheduled for League yet, but I do have the World Cup third place match coming up against Jean-Michel on Sunday. So until then.